Hi, everybody. It's Ditina, Mind and Matter DJ. It's been a while since I got on here and made a video, and oh boy, do we have a lot going on. And it sounds like that's kind of the thing. It's not just, hey, how you doing? It's, hey, there's everything going on right now. So I'm here to give you a little bit of insight and hope on one of the big things everyone's talking about on AI. All right. Like, it's incredible how much this is influencing the news, the media, maybe you. And so it hit me a couple of days ago, AI, and this understanding or belief that people have that it's artificial intelligence and it can seep into our bodies and our minds and somehow have some sort of control over us, and it's possibly going to take over. And I think of movies that I've seen this happen in before, and like, anything is possible in our world, but there are some things that I really want to share with you that I know to be true about the human body, as well as our spirit and our connection to God. So, first of all, I went to school for hypnotherapy and became a clinical hypnotherapist. So, just leave that where it is, and lots and lots and lots of experience in this field. Your subconscious mind, our brain, does not comprehend negatives in the way that we're kind of being told. So let me give you an example. If I were to be hypnotizing you and I said, don't eat chocolate, don't smoke, don't think bad thoughts, your mind is actually going to hear chocolate. It's going to hear whatever it is that I'm saying, but it doesn't hear and understand and comprehend the don't. Okay? Please. So if you think that there's a possibility that you're, I don't know, going to be told what you can and cannot do on some sort of I can't say the word. What is the word? Infiltration process, it just can't happen. All right. Um, so here's another nugget of information to chew on. Music. So think about how much that can also influence you. Okay. The words, but also the tone, the signature frequencies, whether it's in certain hertz at a certain volume. So we've technically had AI in our lives since music came into our existence, when we're looking at it from that perspective. So music can also be controlling, mesmerizing, hypnotizing, influencing onto us. And so can things like movies and anything that we're basically kind of consuming in our subconscious as well as our conscious mind. Okay. So, this whole concept of AI has really been around for a long time. And that's why there's certain things you don't want to watch before you go to bed, or certain things you can do to clear out your brain and your mind, and meditate and prayer and all these things to kind of clear any gunk that might be stored in the mind, the subconscious or the conscious mind. Okay, so going back again to AI, it has similar abilities to music and words. Okay, so our words are also like spells. So we have the ability to cast out, pray, sing, and choose certain words. And within that process, you can put meaning, value into those words. So again, music, words. These are things we were born with, and they're human, and they've been around for a really long time. It can even be a drum circle or a flute. What about the birds? What about all these things that we're hearing? So nature is also a part of our system. These things are natural, right? But I guess, I mean, I don't know how natural music is. I think it kind of can go both ways. But anyway, this isn't a place to put all our cards into one basket and just be looking at AI as this evil, uh, negative, eventually going to take over our planet, dominion entity thing. Okay. So, yes, there are some things that we need to be aware of, but we also have to remember the power of our own body, our spirit, our wholeness, our cells in our body are already attuned to perfection. So we can put ourselves in a centered, balanced, referencing perception as well as belief that I'm okay. You're okay. We're going to be okay. And yes, we need to be aware, but you're not going to be as mind controlled and taken advantage of as you might think. Okay. Do I like the Alexas in people's houses and all of these smart homes and all of this personally? No, it's creepy. I mean, that's me. But it's also not going to slip into my mind when I'm sleeping and make me kill my neighbor. Okay. That's not the way the mind works. If I'm hypnotizing somebody and I tell them, hey, go kill your neighbor, they're not going to do it. There's something inside of them. Now, I should say this. If they really wanted to kill their neighbor, they would. Okay. It all comes down to your personal dominion and what you really have inside of you. I'm not controlling you. Okay. You're still in control. And so that kind of makes me want to say something else about feelings and our thoughts. So this is a little different here. So we've got this meaning and value system that we have internally that could possibly be, I guess, a little swayed by AI telling us different things or getting into our phones or, giving us advertisements or whatever the case may be. But the process of our own value system, belief system, all of the stuff that's inside of us, our morals, our concepts, our values, all that stuff. Anyway, it's not just what you think about and what, the saying, what you think about, you bring about. Okay, well, so take that as part of the equation or just part of life, right? Because I mean, yeah, if I'm always thinking bad thoughts, I'm going to be attracted to more bad thoughts and see bad things. I mean, that's kind of common sense. It doesn't go as deep as the psyche, into the psyche, as some people think it does. But what does is a feeling. Okay. So if I have like a feeling, a belief, and an understanding about myself that I suck, that I don't deserve to be here, that I'm broken, that life sucks, that this is stupid, right? So these are kind of like thoughts, but also feelings that I have. Well, that ties in more to your subconscious and to your belief and into what you create meaning around and how you create your value system. So it's a little bit more than, like I said, your thoughts, what you're thinking about, right? So with that, the value, the meaning there is for me just to remind you that, while all these feelings are here, they exist, they're real, they're normal, they're okay to have. Be mindful more of your feelings, right? So, like, let's say you were going to sleep and your phone was by your head, and I don't know, you're listening to some negative music or a crappy show or something, I don't know, whatever. And you woke up the next day and you weren't feeling alive, awake, loved, good, just warm and fuzzy. Well, that there you got to pay attention to, right? So be a detective when you start to feel off. So it's like, I just don't, I don't know. I have anxiety. I feel off. I feel icky. I feel weird, right? Like something's off in you. So that's okay. That's fine. But just start to dissect it a sled, a sled. Slightly. Anyway, so when you start doing your own work and you see your own feeling and pattern and things like that, remember, don't shame your shame and don't blame your blame and don't fear your fear. Okay? That's nah. Say it again. Don't shame your shame, don't blame your blame, and don't fear your fear. Okay? All right. Now, moving on. As you're being this little detective on your feelings and just observing and "Hmm, is that mine? I don't know. Is this me? I think I might have just picked up on something, maybe something in my music or maybe so, whatever. Yeah. It just doesn't feel okay. That's when you take those tools and you can go into your own programming and you can say, I choose right now in this moment to completely remove, release, and resolve anything that is not mine. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. This is not my signature frequency. I let it go. There's little things you can do like that. You can pray, meditate, get in touch with the Holy Spirit, all of those things. Take a walk in nature, do some exercise, do a little run, some stretches, different types of things. We know all those things. I hope by these days we all have a little bag of tricks of ways to recenter and balance ourselves. All right? Okay. Anyway, so go back to the detective part. And I want you to just look at some things other than AI that are happening right now. Okay? So when I look at this, I look at what's being taken away. Okay. So I want to say 10 years, maybe. Yeah, about 10 years. What's being taken away? Can you think about that? Just look at the world, I guess. Just take a minute. Think about it. Marriage. Marriage has been taken away. God. It's being shamed to even believe in God these days. Look at Christians. how much they're getting bashed. There's so much going on in religion. I mean, we could say technically that's been happening for a really long time. Education, especially over the last 10 years. It's not even cool to be educated anymore. Why? Why are these things being removed? So that's where I go. I go there, right? So when I think of AI and I think about what it's removing specifically, right? So I've kind of done this work myself and I've looked at all these different things that are being removed and taken away. And I go, okay, ownership, ownership. Because look, AI isn't just in our schools and our phones and our uh, homes. Mm-mm. No, I mean, people are actually having full-on relationships with AI dolls. What? But anyway, think of artists. Think of people who paint and do drawings. They're doing a lot of these things on AI technology. And who's going to say, oh, I painted that? Did you? Did you really paint that? I don't know. That's controversial, isn't it? Or did the AI do it? Right? So there's a lot of things around AI, and I'll just leave it at art right now. Okay. And production. I mean, we could even say music for that thing, you know, kind of going back to what I was talking about earlier. But anyway, so the rights on the ownership of what an individual is possibly even thinking, making, producing. I mean, this looks pretty obvious to me that the ownership of certain thoughts, material, art is now belonging to AI. How do you feel about that? What do you think about that? Is that cool? I am I'm here. I have like a neutral position on this one at this point. But it's what came up for me when I went beyond the, AI is going to come in and take over our brains and make us, kill each other. Not going to happen, you guys. It's not, I promise. That's me. That's me. But anyway, but what is there when I strip all that away and I start really looking at it? Rights of ownership. And so, I'm going to go back to the beginning and just give you a little more hope and reassurance coming from at least my education, because I love education. My experience is we are not going to be subliminally, I'm doing that word again, subliminally controlled and mind controlled to the point where we're not going to really figure it out. Okay. You will have moments where you're like, I feel off. What's happening? And it's going to be your responsibility and accountability to clear that out, walk it out, all the stuff I talked about. Okay. But your mind is whole, complete, sovereign, beautiful. We are majestic, divine, phenomenal beings that we still are yet to fully, completely understand our own makings of our bodies. So that's what I've got for you today. All right, take care.